Hello, my name is Sydney Lewis. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute. It's because I moved. And I just had not had the time. But I'm really bored tonight, so I thought that I would talk about the new Alien show because I did not see a single soul talking about it, and it was really good. In fact, the only videos I did see were people being like, it was mid. Like, no, it wasn't. So this is basically my hot take, which is that the Alien Earth show was really good, and you're all dumb. It was really good. And I'm going to tell you why it was really good. The only things I saw in it were like, the show's mid. And it's like, no, it wasn't. It was not mid. It was extremely well done. And I think the reason that people think it's mid is because it did deviate from parts of the original. Like, it's not set in space. It's not like they're exploring new topics in this world, and I think that diehard fans, I'm a diehard fan of Alien. I have been hyperfixating on it like crazy, but some like hardcore fans are just like, why aren't you doing the same movie plot over and over? And it's like, buddy, can you calm down? Can you calm down? The thing about Alien is that it is so universal. There are so many different ways you could take it. Alien Romulus was, it was very much like it was a great movie. It did explore a little bit into like a new concept with like the freaky baby thing, but it also did homage to the original, which was really good. The Alien Earth show, I think, goes a little bit further into like new stuff and kind of exploring new parts of that. My like MacBook will not tell that I'm recording and it will just like start shutting off. You can't be mad because new things are happening in this universe. Sorry. You can't be mad. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to. I don't give a fuck. If it's poorly done, yeah, you can be mad. But it was not poorly done. It was incredibly well done. So let's talk about what I liked about it, because I liked pretty much all of it. The only thing I didn't like was just like some of the B plots. I was like, I didn't need all that. And some of the writing was like whatever. But I liked it. I thought it was really, really good, and I thought it was a beautiful extension into furthering the universe that we're in. So let's talk about each part of the show. We'll start with the cast and the acting, and I thought it was all good. I love that they didn't throw a bunch of like callback names into it, and I love that they didn't use any like super big names. A lot of those actors have only been in a couple things. I haven't been in a lot. I recognized, I think, two of the actors in the show, just in general. Like, I recognize them from other things. The brother, Hermit, he was in The End of the Fucking World, which is a show on Netflix. He was great in that, and because I was like, fuck, I know that kid, and then I was like, oh shit, it's that kid, which is like crazy, it's insane range. And then the woman who like owns Weyland, she's like the next, whatever, she's like the new CEO of Weyland-Yutani. She was in Fresh Off the Boat, I think. She looked just like that woman. Or I'm racist. I'm pretty sure it was the same woman, though, from Fresh Off the Boat, like, plays the mom in that. And she's also very good. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm, like, 99% sure. And I could be wrong, I didn't look her up. I looked the brother up. That's how I know. I didn't look her up, though, because she's such a side character. But everyone else did not recognize them, which I thought was really cool. I really liked not knowing any of these people, really. It makes it for a very interesting experience because you're kind of, you don't have any impressions of them from other series. Like, when famous actors and stuff are in things, you're like, oh, but like, I see you as this other character. It only takes only some of the best actors I feel like can be applicable to more than one role, but like, there are some actors like I only know them as one thing. I can't see them as anything else, and then it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of ruins it for me. And the acting in general was very good. I saw a lot of people criticizing the like adults acting like kids thing, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable. Like, it, you, that's supposed to be weird. I hate when, like, if parts of a show or movie are, like, make someone uncomfortable, and then people who watch it are like, that made me kind of uncomfortable. Like, I know. That's the point. It's supposed to be weird. It's supposed to be freaky. It's supposed to be like, this is fucked up and wrong. Because it is fucked up and wrong. It's fucked up and wrong. It's weird. The way that they treat these, like, kids in these adult bodies is weird. The fact that these are, like, adult bodies but they're kids is weird. It's weird as fuck. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. The, like, the Peter Pan reference, like, the comparison to Peter Pan, it's supposed to be kind of weird. That's the point. Baby girl, that is the whole point. It's going right over your head. Like, it's supposed to be weird as hell to watch these, like, adults act like kids and be treated like children. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. That's correct. You received the correct emotion for that. Yep. So, excuse me. That was one thing I saw criticized that I don't think deserved to be. I think that that's the point. Is it's supposed to be uncomfortable. The other thing that I saw criticized was the plane crash. Not sure why. Like, corporations don't care about you. They don't care about that building. They don't care about the people in that building. All they care about is what's on the ship. That's it. They don't care. Corporations do not care about you. I think we're forgetting that. Like, corporations don't give a fuck about you. And this show definitely, like, proved that. Like, it proved that was the reality of the world that this is, where, like, corporations don't care, and that is something that the Alien series has preached since the beginning, is that corporations don't care about you, care about the money. Like, the one comment I saw was like, why wouldn't they tell people in the building to leave? Bitch, they probably did. And some people, A, don't listen, and also, they just don't give a fuck. Corporations don't care about you. And I thought that was actually a great segue into the show, was the crash. I forgot what else I saw. Those were the two things. So people were like, the crash was stupid, and then, like, because the fact it was on Earth was stupid. So someone would be like, the whole tagline is in space, no one can hear you scream. And it's like, at some point we're gonna have to come out of outer space and just kind of come down to Earth, bro. Because I thought it was a super interesting concept to bring that fear down to Earth. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it was executed very well, because it all makes sense. Every single action that each character takes makes sense. There was not a single thing that I was like, whoa, why are we doing all that? Or like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, whoa, that came out of left. Like, every single thing lines up with the rest of the story and makes sense. It just does. The boy genius doing his shit, it makes sense why he would do this shit. And makes sense why he would make a deal with the android on that ship to get that ship, because he wants money, he wants the research, he wants the money. It makes sense that Wendy wants to protect her brother and wants him to be safe, because she's just a kid. She don't know about the rest of the world. It all makes sense. It makes sense that she ignores the needs of others to focus on her brother, because she is in fact 12. She does not have critical thinking skills quite yet. It makes sense that the brother is kind of scared of the freaky robot children, because he lives in a world where companies rule, and it's very hard to trust that world. especially when they kind of like took his body parts and started using them for science. Everything each character does just makes sense, which is why it works with the story. Like, every single thing makes sense. Did you think they were going to keep those aliens in space forever? No, they were probably going to come down to Earth at some point, and I really like the way that they did this. The one thing I saw people criticizing, the connection between the, like, android kids and the alien, I thought that was super cool, and I think that kind of, like, unlocks a new part of the xenomorph stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Like, it kind of, like, unlocks a new part of what we don't know about them. Like, the way that it also proves, like, just how intelligent the android kitties are. Like, it proves, like, how insane their artificial, like, their way their brains work is, like, crazy. So it's obviously kind of like a metaphor for artificial intelligence, because look at the world we live in, you know. And I thought it was actually really cool. And I also deduced, don't know how anyone else didn't deduce this either, I looked it up, I went on the freaking alien wiki. Xenomorphs take 50% of your DNA when they do the thingy, when they gestate. They take part of your DNA, because that's how making babies works. The xenomorph has, I would say, 50 to 75% of their DNA in you, and then you provide the other half, which is how we got the alien dog in Aliens 3. That's how that happened. That, because it takes 50 and 50, or like some sort of that is why. That is also why the baby in Alien Romulus looks so human-like, because it didn't gestate properly. It was not. So if we treat it like a normal alien gestation is like 50 xenomorph, 50 whatever creature it's inhabiting, little more, little less. In Alien Romulus, she isn't being gestated. She's just using the serum. And it's definitely not going to be 50% of that thing, but it is like 25% of that DNA is being put into that baby, which is why it looks so human-like, but also is like not. It's not. It's not exactly 50-50. And it's like still mostly human, but like not completely. That's why it looks like that. So I deduced in the Alien show that the reason she was able to communicate so well is because that alien is actually half her brother. I'm sure there's more to it than that, but that was what I got the first time I watched it. I was like, oh shit, because they took his whatever. They took his lung. So I deduced that, like, of course she's able to communicate with this creature. It's half her brother. They're technically related, which is weird, but it makes sense. I think also just a part of it is that she's just artificial intelligence. But I think the main reason that only Wendy was able to do it so well is purely because it's half her brother. Which would make a lot of sense, knowing the series, franchise, whatever. So I saw people shitting on that, and I was like, no, it makes sense. And it was just good. The ending was a little like, we have the power now, like, a little cringe. But overall, like, it was good. They used a lot of, like, comparisons to big monopoly corporations, as we have in real life, to AI, also having in real life, and just, like, the general idea of, like, the world that we're becoming. But instead of just outrightly stating it, they used a lot of really good metaphors, which I really liked. I really enjoyed that. And also they did pay like some, it did not feel like a total cash grab. It definitely felt like something new. I feel like there might have been like a few homages to the original, but not enough to where I was like, oh, we're just doing like some fucking homages to the original all over. But it felt very like, oh, this is its own thing. And the last thing that I really liked about it, because this video's getting kind of long, is they had a real dude in a suit for the alien. They had a real guy in a suit. Ah! Like, that to me is so fucking cool. Like, that's cool as fuck. And that to me is what solidified, like, oh, this is well made. Because they really could have just kind of cheaped out and used CGI, especially for a show. Like, yeah, like they could have just like CGI'd it, but they did a guy in a suit, which is also making me shit my pants. I would shit my pants if I was an actor on set and I had to get chased down by an actual xenomorph, like not like a little like ping pong ball on a stick CGI, but like some dude in a fucking xenomorph suit. I think the only times they used CGI was to, like, obviously like enhance the way it looks, and also when it like was moving really quickly, because I can imagine that suit must be fucking clunky as hell. But they used a guy in a suit for that, and that to me is what really sealed the deal, was that they had a real dude in a suit on set in the xenomorph costume, which was just super, super cool. And that in itself is such a homage to the original that, like, I loved it. So, all in all, I thought the Alien Earth show was phenomenal. I would highly recommend watching it and forming your own opinions. And if you don't like it for some stupid ass reason, then you are stupid. I don't care. Stop being mad at franchises for doing new things instead of just repeating the same shit. Let people be creative with the series. This was a beautiful act of creativity. It wasn't just a bunch of nostalgia bait. It wasn't just a bunch of homages. It wasn't just the same story done over and over again. It was its own thing. It was beautifully original, and it was extremely well made. And you can tell that there's a lot of creative thinking behind it. So, highly recommend. Go watch it, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!